All right, everyone. Welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. So this is for Wednesday, May 17th, 2017. All right, so the moon's in Capricorn. We have the sun in Taurus. So there's a lot of grounded energy here today. Capricorn is how we're feeling. So with the emotions, we could be feeling quite detached, usually with Capricorn. A bit like reserved with our emotions and that kind of a thing. So it does make it really good for productive things, especially with all of this grounded earth energy. But anything that does require discipline, a bit of patience and responsibility can go well today. That can be the theme of the day. And yes, anything you might do that requires that can be good for that emotional body. So with the sun still very much in Taurus, we could still be very much focused on our values, that side of the earth energy. So maybe enjoying the simple pleasures of life, taking things nice and slow and steadily, and feeling maybe quite resourceful. At least that's the way we're looking at things, is in the sense of how can we actually cultivate these things and access our natural gifts, our natural abilities in order to enjoy the things we want to enjoy in life. So that's the moon and the sun. No major aspects going on today, but the moon is going to be forming some nice aspects, sextiling up to Venus, trining up to Jupiter. So it could be easy to connect today, perhaps, and maybe feeling a bit jovial or hopeful the second half with Jupiter. And tomorrow, Saturn does trine up to Uranus. So this whole week, and especially as we go into tomorrow and Friday, this building of our freedom, right? This sort of combination between freedom and stability that is very much supported this week. Really good for our aspirations and anything that we do want to bring in more excitement or freedom in our life with. All right, so let's go and look at this in more detail when we return. All right, so there's the moon right in the middle of Capricorn. So Capricorn is the sea goat. The goat side of Capricorn is about building things, right? Which again is making this great for that slow and steady, building things one step at a time with patience, with discipline, that kind of a thing. But, the sea side of Capricorn is that even though we're building things in an earthy sense, again, whatever's requiring this patience or discipline, it's being rooted in our spiritual selves, right? That's the ocean, right? So the fish part of the sea goat. So remembering that, and remembering that we do have a life path, we do have a life purpose, and staying connected to our intuition, to that inner guidance, I think is great during this time, and really to our emotions as well. That's the Cancer opposition to Capricorn, and what balances Capricorn out is always connecting to our sentiments, our emotions, our past, our intuition in that inner sense. And that's really the case anyways, because we do have Venus in Pisces, Mercury still shifting out of Pisces going into Aries here, right on the cusp. But yes, it's certainly already been this way. Really good for, in this case with Pisces, surrendering, letting go, detaching, and finding the peace with that. But Mercury is shifting into Aries here this second half of the week. So when it comes to communication, we could be very direct. When it comes to our mind, we could be very clear about our own personal needs and how to pursue the things that we want in life, right? So very good for initiation, taking action with routine, with communication, and anything that our mind does get involved with. But I think we'll feel that a bit later. Now, the Earth energy, we got Mars and the Sun in Taurus. So adding to that Capricorn, this has been a great time lately since last week of focusing on our values, right? What is it we value in life? How can we cultivate the things we truly enjoy in life? And at the same time, how can we, slow down and enjoy what we have, right? Slow and steady, one step at a time, accessing those, that resourceful side of ourselves. So that's how we're gaining energy, and I think anything we do focus on in that way, I think, is great at this time. All right, so as I said, there's no major aspects going on here today, but we do have some minor lunar aspects, particularly the second half, and they're supportive. The moon sextiling Venus means it can be easy to connect, whether it's with others, whether it's with the things we want to enjoy in life, There's just a sort of opening for that. Of course, with the sextiles, we're not, forced to do it. It doesn't just happen automatically, but there's an opening here. So again, I think gratitude is great today, wanting to connect with others. We could be feeling quite relaxed, with Venus and Pisces. This has been a big theme, easygoingness in relationships, more accepting in our relationships. So there's just a bit of that, easygoingness. So the trine up to Jupiter, probably the most supportive, and most important aspect of the day is that there is this feeling of jovialness usually when the moon trines Jupiter, or we're just quite open-minded, maybe a bit adventurous, making it really good for, philosophy, spirituality, going outside, getting some of that adventurous spirit in our life, and really just thinking big. We could be quite hopeful, and seeing the big picture here today, which is great. And if there's anything that you do want to cultivate that does require that larger perspective, I think it can go well here today. So I also want to mention, too, that the moon is going to be trining up to Mars a bit going into tomorrow mostly, but there could be maybe feeling a bit of confidence as well with that Jupiter in supportive aspect to Mars. And, a bit of confidence, a bit of direction, a bit of clarity about where we're going and where we want to put our energy, okay? So that's the most important thing today, but as we go into tomorrow, Saturn is going to be trining up to Uranus, so Thursday and Friday, and this has been going on since late December of last year. Now there's this shift this week about how, again, we can combine both the long-term structures, which is Saturn. We want to have things built at this time. We want to have those structures. Trining up to Uranus, but at the same time, we want that freedom. We want that excitement. We want to mix things up. And this is really coming together this week. So it's a bit early on this, but if you are feeling this, and if there's anything in your life that you do want to both, bring in structure with, foundations with, while at the same time bring in more freedom and excitement, it is an excellent time to do this. And if you can think back to late December, if there was anything that you did think about that you did want to bring in, with structure and excitement in your life, or with your aspirations, right? Or with freedom. It's a great week for developing that. And I think the clarity will really come probably around Friday after the aspect, which again gives us a bit more of what to do, what direction to take, how to implement it. But it's certainly never too early to start when it's in orb. All right, so I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Just to sum this up, a bit of easiness with connection, a bit of that open-mindedness with Jupiter, but it's all very grounded. The sun's in Taurus, even Mars is in Taurus. How we're getting things done is taking it one step at a time. And our feelings with the moon in Capricorn, feeling a bit detached and reserved, which again makes it good for anything that does require patience and responsibility. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.